They rose from the streets to the top of the triad world, but power comes with a price. In Young and Dangerous 2, Ho Nam and Chicken face betrayal, political games, and a ruthless rival who will stop at nothing to destroy them. When loyalty is tested and blood spills, will their brotherhood survive? This isn't just gang life, it's war. If you like our content, join before the next election. Hung Hing supports loyal subscribers. The movie opens with Ho Nam and his crew preparing for the grand opening of a new pub, jointly owned by Ho Nam and Chicken. After Quan destroyed Ho Nam's previous bar, the two friends decided to start fresh, and the pub stands as a symbol of their strong, unbreakable bond. At the opening party, the atmosphere is lively. Everyone's drinking, eating, and enjoying themselves. Midway through the celebration, District Board member Kang Ting Chi arrives, unaware of who owns the pub. They direct him to Ho Nam. He approaches Ho Nam and congratulates him and subtly uses the opportunity to campaign for votes in the upcoming election. When the group is called over for a photo, Kang follows, but the pastor pulls him aside and asks if he actually knows who these men are. He warns Kang that Ho Nam and his crew are members of the Hung Hing Society, and that associating with them could jeopardize his political aspirations. Kang tries to leave but is dragged into the group photo. Just before the camera flashes, he hurriedly covers his face. Later, Bao Pei introduces a new recruit named Banana Skin. He explains that the boy is constantly bullied and begged to join them, and he couldn't turn him down. The group is stunned by how much the boy resembles Bao Pei's late brother, Chao Pei. Elsewhere, Ho Nam and Chicken discuss business privately, going over their shares in the pub, and Ho Nam's plans to repay the loan Chicken gave him. The story flashes back to when Chicken fled to Taiwan after the failed Macau mission and his fallout with Ho Nam. Stranded and low on funds, Chicken struggles to contact his cousin. Eventually, he sells the Rolex Ho Nam once gave him and buys a fake replacement. Moments later, he finally reunites with his cousin, who warmly welcomes him and takes him to a karaoke bar to blow off steam. At the bar, Chicken meets a fun-loving girl he immediately connects with. But when he returns from the restroom, she's gone. He and his cousin look for her and eventually find her surrounded by other men. Chicken tries to confront them, but his cousin quickly recognizes one of them, Mr. Chung, a powerful leader of a Taiwanese triad. Nervous, he greets Mr. Chung respectfully and apologizes for the interruption. Mr. Chung lets it slide and even offers to pay for their drinks. Chicken wants to fight, but his cousin wisely holds him back. The next day, Chicken's cousin introduces him to his boss, Mr. Louis Kung, an influential Taiwanese senator and head of the San Luan secret society. The cousin pleads with Mr. Louis to give Chicken a job so he can earn a living, narrating his predicament. Touched by Chicken's sincerity, Mr. Louis agrees. But Chicken is stunned to discover that his cousin, despite all appearances, is merely Mr. Louis's driver. Meanwhile, Louis is actively campaigning for a seat in the Legislative Council. After a street rally, he visits his late wife's grave, where his elegant mistress, Ting Yu, joins him to lay flowers. On their way back, Mr. Louis asks Chicken to escort her home. Chicken, clearly smitten, eagerly agrees. Ting invites Chicken to accompany her to a casino. There, she confides in him, revealing that she often visits the casino out of boredom. Since Mr. Louis has become consumed by politics, she's been feeling neglected. Chicken helps her gamble, and afterward they have dinner together. Back home, Chicken tells his cousin that he likes Ting, but his cousin warns him to stay away from her if he doesn't want trouble. Chicken insists there's nothing going on between Ting and Mr. Louis anymore. But his cousin isn't referring to Mr. Louis, he's talking about Ting herself. He tells Chicken she's powerful and dangerous, and he might not be able to handle her, but he laughs it off. Just then, they see news of a fight on Taiwanese TV. Shockingly, their boss, Mr. Louis, is the one being attacked. They rush out to help but find Mr. Louis already leaving the scene, flanked by his bodyguards. They learn that the man behind the ambush is none other than Mr. Chung, the same guy they ran into at the karaoke bar. Mr. Louis is furious and swears to eliminate Mr. Chung, who has been a thorn in his side for too long. That night, Chicken takes matters into his own hands. He goes to the Taipei shopping center, where Mr. Chung is declaring to his supporters his intention to run for the same post Mr. Louis is vying for. Chicken storms into the room and shoots him dead. He flees the scene, but Mr. Chung's bodyguards chase after him. A violent fight erupts in the streets. Just when Chicken starts to get overwhelmed, Ting shows up on a motorbike and rescues him. The next morning, Mr. Louis visits Chicken at Ting's place. He thanks him for making things easier. He's been wanting to eliminate Mr. Chung for a long time, and Chicken took care of it swiftly. Chicken says he only did it to repay Mr. Louis' kindness. Seizing the moment, he asks why someone like Mr. Louis, already powerful in the triad world, wants to become a legislative council member. Mr. Louis explains that triads are often used by politicians to do their dirty work, then discarded and shamed afterward. He's tired of being a puppet. Now he wants to become the hand that pulls the strings. Chicken respects his ambition and looks forward to learning more from him. Mr. Louis teases Chicken, believing he and Ting must have done it the previous night, but Chicken tells him nothing happened. Mr. Louis assures him that he wouldn't mind if something did. Having earned Mr. Louis' trust, Chicken is promoted to leader of a San Luan society branch. Later, when he hears about Mr. B's death and the trouble Ho Nam is facing back in Hong Kong, Mr. Louis gives him money and lends him some men to help. Back in the present, the Hung Hing Society holds a high-stakes meeting. Before it begins, Dai Fei, loud, obnoxious, and disrespectful, walks in, causing a scene. Mr. Chang opens the discussion by announcing a new luxury hotel in Macau, where he's negotiating to run a casino. With the Causeway Bay leadership vacant since Uncle B's death, he's looking to appoint a new branch leader, someone who will also oversee the casino. When nominations open, one member suggests Dai Fei, while another recommends Ho Nam, citing his loyalty and solid track record under B. Dai Fei scoffs at the idea, declaring Ho Nam unqualified. As tensions rise, Mr. Chung proposes a solution. Both Dai Fei and Ho Nam will be given equal control over B's former businesses. Whoever performs better will be officially appointed as the new leader. The challenge begins, and Dai Fei is failing miserably. His aggressive and toxic management style drives away customers. Day by day, his club becomes more deserted. One night, a frustrated customer refuses to pay his bill, complaining that the place is empty and there are no pretty girls. When he asks an employee where they all went, the staff member explains that most of the girls have quit, and rumor has it they're now working at Ho Nam's club. Enraged, Taipei violently forces the customer to pay, then turns on the employee, blaming him for encouraging the staff to leave. Meanwhile, at Ho Nam's club, the place is lively and thriving. Smarty's best friend, KK, had recruited the pretty girls who left Dai Fei's club, offering them a chance to work in a better environment, away from the abuse and fear Dai Fei inflicted. Business is booming, and everyone's in high spirits. However, Dai Fei calls Ho Nam, furiously accusing him of stealing his staff, and it's during this call that Ho Nam realizes the new girls are from his club. The tension between them begins to rise. Elsewhere, Chicken heads to Macau to oversee the opening of San Luan's new casino. Mr. Louis and Ting also arrive in town to meet with him. Mr. Louis instructs Chicken to arrange a meeting with Mr. Chang, hoping to build an alliance between the Taiwanese San Luan Society and Hong Kong's Hung Hing Society. Later, Mr. Louis meets with Mr. Chang and proposes a business collaboration to jointly run the new Macau casino. He offers a large sum of money. However, Mr. Chang declines, sensing Mr. Louis has hidden motives behind the generous offer. Things suddenly become tense when Mr. Louis summons a battalion of armed men with guns drawn, pressuring Mr. Chiang to accept the deal. But Mr. Chiang remains unfazed. Calmly, he tells Mr. Louis he's leaving and warns that if anything happens to him, Mr. Louis won't make it out of Macau alive. As Mr. Chiang walks off, Ho Nam follows. Chicken, visibly shocked by the turn of events, grabs Ho Nam's wrist, but Ho Nam angrily shakes him off and walks away. Later that night, while driving with Smarty, she brings up the idea of marriage. Ho Nam jokingly tells her he never promised to marry her, which makes her sad, until he reveals he was only teasing. He tells her he's hidden a ring somewhere in the car, and if she finds it before he comes back from the store, they'll get married. He steps out and Smarty begins searching. But just as she finds the ring, a large truck slams into the car, flipping it violently. Seeing the crash, Ho Nam rushes out and pulls Smarty from the wreckage moments before the vehicle explodes. At the hospital, the doctor informs him that Smarty is stable but has fallen into a coma. The news shatters Ho Nam. Meanwhile, thugs break into Ho Nam's club, destroying property and stealing cash. Bao Pei and Banana Skin rush to the hospital to report what happened. On their way out, they run into Dai Fei and his goons. Dai Fei accuses Ho Nam of stealing his girls and tries to start a fight. Dai steps up, ready to fight, especially when Dai Fei mentions KK, who's now his girlfriend. Ho Nam warns them to not make trouble. They're in a hospital, but Dai Fei continues to cause trouble with his goons. Luckily, another Hung Hing member intervenes and reminds them that internal conflicts aren't allowed and that the leadership challenge must remain fair and professional. But Taipei isn't finished. Later, he and his men ambush Dai and KK. They beat Dai brutally and kidnap KK. Taipei then contacts Dai and threatens to harm KK unless he brings him Ho Nam's account book. In a panic, Dai sneaks into the club and steals the book. What he doesn't know is that Taipei is KK's brother, and the threat was a bluff. At the hospital, Chicken visits Smarty. He brings up the incident that occurred the previous day, admitting that he always thought Mr. Louis was just a fool, but now realizes how cunning he really is. The two friends share a cigarette and a laugh to lighten the mood. Later, Ho Nam meets with Mr. Chang and another senior member of Hung Hing. He explains the ongoing situation with Dai Fei and swears he hasn't stolen any money. But now that the account book is missing, he has no way to prove it. Mr. Chong, trusting him, reassures Ho Nam of his support and even promises to help replace the missing funds. Dai, consumed by guilt, confesses everything to Ho Nam, with KK by his side. They explain the circumstances that led to the betrayal and apologize sincerely. Dai is shaken and braces himself for the worst, ready to accept whatever punishment Ho Nam decides. To his surprise, Ho Nam forgives him, showing compassion instead of anger. Back in Macau, Mr. Louis introduces Chicken to his business associates as the man who will oversee the new casino. After the men leave, Chicken tells Mr. Louis that he doesn't want to take the position. He explains that Macau is Hung Hing's territory and he has no interest in causing conflict with his friends. Chicken even offers to give up his role if necessary. Mr. Louis, furious, slaps him and threatens to kick him out of the society and cut ties if Chicken refuses to obey. Chicken simply thanks him for everything and walks away. The next day, while Chicken is at the bar with Ho Nam, Ting shows up unexpectedly. Chicken notices she has a black eye. She reveals that Mr. Louis hit her when she tried to persuade him to reconcile with Chicken and Ho Nam. Ting also informs them that Mr. Louis has agreed to work peacefully with the Hung Hing Society. She says he wants to meet with them. She takes them to Mr. Louis' villa in Macau. Ting leaves them in the reception while she goes upstairs to call Mr. Louis. After waiting for several minutes with no sign of either of them, they grow suspicious and decide to check on her. They find the door to Mr. Louis' office slightly ajar. When they enter, they discover Mr. Louis dead. Realizing the danger of the situation, they quickly turn to leave. But just then, Ting suddenly starts screaming, accusing them of killing Mr. Louis. His bodyguards rush to the scene, ready to open fire. Acting fast, Ho Nam grabs Ting as a hostage, which gives them the chance to escape. One day, Dai and KK see Dai Fei moving around with the San Luan gang and confront him, confused about why he's associating with them. Meanwhile, at the San Luan meeting, Mr. Louis' bodyguard announces that Mr. Louis had instructed that if anything ever happened to him, Ting should run his businesses. He declares that an election will be held at the next meeting to select the new San Luan. Following Mr. Louis' death, the San Luan Society starts assassinating Hung Hing members. This sparks an emergency Hung Hing meeting where Ho Nam and Chicken volunteer to retaliate in their own way. They set their sights on ruining the grand opening of San Luan's new casino in Macau, an important event that will be attended by influential figures, including a Macau government official, Mr. Barrow. Ho Nam and his crew devise a bold sabotage plan. They fake a bomb explosion at Macau airport, forcing all incoming flights to be diverted elsewhere. They also block key roads with shipping containers to prevent VIPs from reaching the casino. With the important guests effectively blocked, Ho Nam and his crew gatecrash the casino's opening ceremony. They start wreaking havoc, fully aware that San Luan's men can't open fire on them in front of Mr. Braro. It would destroy their reputation instantly and ruin their chances of running business in Macau. Mr. Braro warns Ting that if any violence continues, he will leave. But Ho Nam and his crew have no intention of stopping. They storm into the gambling hall and release snakes and grasshoppers covered in dung, creating chaos. Dai Fei attacks them, and a fight breaks out. Disappointed, Mr. Braro leaves the event. On his way out, one of Ho Nam's men deliberately pushes him to the ground, further humiliating him. Outraged, Mr. Braro tells Ting to suspend all casino operations and orders her to follow him to the police station to give a formal explanation. He warns that if she refuses, they won't be allowed to do business in Macau. Ho Nam's plan works. The sabotage completely shatters San Luan's credibility and destroys their grip on Macau's casino business. In a tense standoff, Ting and Tai Fei, alongside San Luan members, meet with Ho Nam and Chicken at the town square. Chicken calmly tells Ting that all they want is to end the tension between both societies, but instead of responding peacefully, Ting threatens them. Just then, the Hung Hing crew calls out more of their men. Still unfazed, Ting boldly declares that she doesn't care about numbers. The only thing that matters is eliminating her target. At that moment, Tai Fei suddenly points a gun at her. It's revealed that his alliance with Ting and San Luan had all been a ruse orchestrated by Hung Hing to uncover any corrupt members within their society. The San Luan's branch members threaten Tai Fei. He then reveals that it was Ting who murdered Mr. Li and framed Ho Nam and Chicken for it. Right then, KK wheels in Mr. Louis' bodyguard, badly injured but alive. He confirms that Ting was the one who killed the senator. As she tries to shoot him, the weapon is seized from her before she can pull the trigger. Realizing the truth, San Luan's branch leaders decide to take Ting back to Taiwan to face justice. But before they lead her away, Chicken requests to speak with her. Leaning in, he softly tells her that she's the only woman he's ever truly loved. Then, without hesitation, he shoots her, choosing to give her a swift death over the cruel torture that awaits her in Taiwan. Devastated, Chicken struggles to contain his emotions, but Ho Nam steps in to comfort him. With the matter settled, Tai Fei surprisingly declares Ho Nam the rightful leader of the Causeway Bay branch. He warns that if anyone dares challenge Ho Nam's leadership, they'll have him to contend with. If Chicken can come back from Taiwan, survive ambushes, dodge bullets, and still crack a joke, then you can come back and hit that subscribe button. Loyalty isn't just for the triads, it's for real ones like you.